Welcome to Simply Carrington. I'm Carrington, a stay-at-home mom to one son and one daughter on the way. As I grow in my homemaking skills, raise my children, and enjoy the little pleasures of life, I wanted to bring you along and share a few of those moments. We were trapped inside a little bit more than normal this week with a big snowstorm that had come around, which also creates a little bit more mess than usual. I needed to iron the last of my holiday decor, which was some placemats from our table. After I washed and dried them, it just took a really long time for me to get around to going ahead and ironing them, as it's one of my least favorite tasks. However, after doing it, I kind of realized that it's quite soothing and easy, and I was able to watch my son while I did it, which was really nice to be able to find a task like that. I am also notorious for letting the laundry pile up. I'm really trying to be better about it. But this was one of those weeks where I just did not get ahead of it. And so there was a lot to get done. Um, and everything moves a little bit slower when my son is awake, but those moments are so sweet. And it was so precious to have him up on my bed, just wanting to cuddle and be with me. We got to do a little bit of together work before his nap, and then I was able to get back to doing the laundry and putting that up in the closet, which is kind of the best part when you start to get rid of everything that's out. I left all the towels for last, and this was intentional so that I could sit down and fold them and enjoy a moment of rest while my son took his nap. And my own mom was not a rester or a sitter, I should say. I felt like she was on her feet all day long, working on things around the house and making sure that everything was in order. And the only time she ever really sat was when she needed to work on something on her computer. And although that is amazing, and I am so in awe that she was able to do that, I just am not that way, at least not yet. I'm really trying to be better about it, but I do enjoy those moments of rest. I think I wear about 5 different outfits in this video, which is hilarious because these clips were all filmed over a 2-day span, but we seem to have a lot of accidents that required me to change. A big coffee spill one morning, getting just like soaked by a bath in the afternoon. Just little things and just the daily monotony of life just called for a few different outfit changes. One thing that I really have found to be helpful for my family is to do a big cleanup at night, which is what you're seeing right now. My son was already asleep. Everybody was kind of done for the night, relaxing. And I was able to stop and spend about 30 minutes just getting some stuff done, getting some things tidied up. You may notice that I'm missing a couple couch cushions as we start this video. That is from that previously mentioned coffee spill. I was sitting on the couch drinking my coffee while my son played on his little couch thing, and he decided to do a big jump onto me, and it spilled everywhere, all over the couch cushions. These couch cushions are not supposed to be the kind that are washed in the washing machine, but it felt like a dire situation that may require it. Um, I just wasn't sure I could get all the coffee out otherwise, so I immediately put them in the washer and we had to risk it for the biscuit. Fortunately, they turned out fine. My mom did say that they may get dirty faster because of that. Like I may have gotten rid of some kind of um, repellent on them, but I don't really know. So if you know anything about that, please let me know. If it's not going to be a problem, I might go ahead and do the rest of them because honestly, it did look a lot cleaner and they could all use a good wash, but it's kind of hard to know how to do it other than spot cleaning, and they really need more than just a spot clean. Recently, I've been trying to find more joy in cleaning the kitchen, which seems so silly, but I feel like this is a task that I do 5 times a day. And still, at the end of the day, it ends up being quite the task to make sure that everything is reset for the next morning. And then you just do it all over again. But I find that when I am focused on making it a good experience, it tends to be a good experience. And the end result is always so nice to get to go to bed and turn off all the lights and everything to just look done and look finished and completed and taken care of. And I love that my husband gets to enjoy the cleanliness both when we go to bed and when we wake up in the morning. It just makes me feel so accomplished. Even if nothing else got done that day, at least the kitchen is clean. Some of these tasks aren't things that I do every single time. Obviously, I am not wiping down our dishwasher every day or even every week, but it was really gross on the outside. I don't know what got poured down it. And with the little son, sometimes I will never know. It was probably milk or something. As I finished up the last tasks in the kitchen, I began to contemplate what else I needed to get done for the evening, and sometimes that becomes quite the rabbit hole, and I'll end up spending way too long doing a bunch of tasks that really don't need to be finished that late at night and get me in bed much later than I should be, especially while I'm growing a child and like super extra tired. Um, but I decided to try and keep those tasks to a minimum. I always make sure that I fill up my big water bottle with ice water, which I'm actually kind of anti-ice water. I don't think it's great for your digestive system, but I do really like the way that it tastes. And so, especially when I'm pregnant, I just tend to do more ice water because I'll drink more. And I went ahead and got our bed all ready for sleep time, which I don't always get to do, but it's always nice when I do. I needed to do a few things. I'm actually a chiropractor by trade, so I don't work right now. I do a little bit of functional medicine stuff on the side. So I was finishing up something for a client, and then I got out our family Christmas book. My mother gave it to us when we got married, so it's got some pictures and memories from the year we got married, and then every year following. And it always takes me probably like until the middle of January to really get it completed. It's just kind of a big undertaking that I am not always prepared for mentally. Even this evening, I didn't really want to completely finish it, so I finished the side that talks about Christmas and what you did, but I did not go ahead and do the memories of the year because I'll really need to look back at pictures and our calendar and really think about what needs to happen there. I keep a list of tasks in my notes app of things I need to do before or soon after the arrival of our baby girl. A lot of them are bigger things like going through my son's clothes or trading out nursery decor and moving him upstairs. But this was one of the tasks on our list was to go through this cabinet and move all of the random bottle and pump parts that I have in there into some other places for now so that I can kind of go through those and see what we need and what we don't need. My son really wanted to help, and it was so sweet to have him there with me. We have so many bottles, and most of them I only use as like the receptacle for when I pump, and I don't even pump that often. So I really need to go through all of those and decide what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. I also need to make sure I get more bottles, because it seems like a lot of ours disappeared, and I guess we only had really 3 to start with, but I don't really wanna use the same brand again, so I need to find a glass bottle that I like the nipple style on because I think it's really important to development of the facial features to be using the correct nipple on a bottle. These are all the random meds and remedies that made it their way from our medicine cabinet to our bottle cabinet, which is crazy over time how that happens. I got an early start on dinner so that we wouldn't end up eating late. Um, I don't know how well that worked. I actually had some problems figuring out how to use Instapot. I'm a big crockpot user, but have only recently started using the Instapot. It's not as like intuitive to me, but I had a little helper in the kitchen doing some of these little tasks, and he was so cute. We're trying to get him to eat more vegetables, specifically peppers. He likes them okay, but they're definitely not nearly at the top of his food list like a apple or any other fruit would be. So I'm just like taking all of the different vegetables and putting them together. We're doing a pot roast. We have a lot of meat in our outdoor freezer. Usually I would have cut up real carrots, but we had a bunch of baby carrots in our fridge and I just needed to use them for something. About halfway through prepping for dinner, my little sister showed up. She lives near me in the area. We are not from here, we are from Arkansas, but she happened to need to move here with her husband for work, and my husband and I live outside of Kansas City for his work, and his family is here. So she came over and she wanted to make snow ice cream with my son, and so they were working on that while I was working on dinner. It's so fun to have her nearby and able to come by whenever she's not doing anything else and just hang out with us. It's been like such a fun time because before that it was just me and my husband and my son in the area. My husband's family lives close by, but not close enough to hang out every day. So it's always fun when my sister Cubby will stop by and hang out. I was really pleased with how this turned out. I wasn't so sure it was going to go over so well because I'm just so not used to using an Instant Pot. We got this all plated up and sat down to have dinner together as a family. It was really sweet. We did kind of bump up to bedtime and had to hurry, but I really enjoyed it. Thank you for being here. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'm so happy you're here. We'll see you next week.